Hi, my name is HRM, Caesar St. Augustine de Buonaparte. They've also called me Ches. I have a lot of nicknames. Anyway, YouTube only gives you 10 minutes to say stuff. You can do it part 1, part 2, part 3. I've tried this in the past. If you've checked my other video cams, you'll see that, yeah, I'm ranting and raving, but of course I am, man. Look what they've taken from me. They've taken 24 cars from me, 3 semis, a 26-foot sailboat, all this on the basis of what they call abatement, where they come on your own property and take your stuff. I mean, this isn't just, and then they have crazy laws that don't allow people to sleep in their motorhomes, but without being in an approved place. I mean, for me, America has been poisoned. And I can't seem to get it across. The ACL, you don't know how many times my civil rights have been violated. You get a guy, now I don't do drugs, I don't smoke, I don't drink, and here, not in my whole life. And here you have this Ted Williams who goes on there because he has a golden voice. Oh my God, he gets all this attention on the media. Or the little lady who was crossing the street. She was so old, she crossed too slow, and the cop gives her a ticket. And it's all over the planet. You know, the only thing people care about, they don't care about civil rights. You know what they care about? They care about sex. You go on to YouTube and punch in sex or sexy models. You'll see 7 to I think 10-digit figures of people clicking in to watch that particular YouTube. That's where people's minds are. That's why there's 6 billion people on the planet, 6 billion plus. But you get a guy like me whose civil rights have been violated, and I most of the documentation was taken out of some of my vehicles that they impounded. Oh, and of course, if you put them against the wall, and the media is a conspiracy too. It's all a conspiracy, all of it. It's a conspiracy to undermine people that could actually help this country. But they don't care. All they care about is screwing people. Procedure and fines. That's all they care about. So they've done 30 years worth of damage to me. The ACLU never helped me. Secret Service, FBI, Homeland Security, they're all jerks. It doesn't matter. Every police agency is nothing but a glorified gang team with legal badges and guns and handcuffs and jails. That's all the police is. When the Arabs say that this country is full of infidels, you know, maybe they're right. You know, maybe Al Qaeda does have the right. I'm not a violent person, but I'm saying maybe they do have the right idea. Maybe their idea subconsciously is just to destroy the whole world, scrap it, scuttle it, just like this country scuttled my life. Over what? Menial violations? Menial. When I say menial, I mean what? A parking ticket? Having my car or my bus in my backyard? You know, come on, give it a break. And you wonder why I hate this country? I'm the inventor of the spherical oil tanker that would have 30 years ago changed the face of the planet. We would not have to be dependent on Arab oil if people had listened to me. If Todd Shipbuilding and Litton had listened to me. You know, it's too late. I can't build my Shangri-La because every time I got to a point where I was ahead, they were there to screw me over. Who's they? Like I said, the collective society and their crappy uncommon sense laws. Non-common sense laws. They are sick in the head. They are so sick. They control the media. They keep people like me from saying anything. Here you got who? Let's talk about who they give attention to. Britney Spears. Oh yeah, you know the same crap happened to me that happened to Britney, and I didn't get one shred of media. Okay, same crap happened to me that is happening to Charlie Sheen, and I don't do drugs. So you tell me who's right and who's wrong here. You know why this government's scared of me? Because I ran for president. I made sense. I talked to colleges and other schools, and people thanked me for talking to them because I made sense, because I have a genius intelligence and common sense, because I can really appeal to people. But you know, this government really effed me over, and I mean it. I have proof. 30 years worth of harassment, either through direct neglect or through intentional intentional manipulation of my life and harassment that was continual. And it's still continual to this day. They've taken everything I worked for the last 30 years, the last 10 being the worst. They've taken everything, my cars, my boats, my motorhomes. Howard Summers in Canoga Park has taken so many people's motorhomes. And, you know, the city of Los Angeles doesn't care about homeless, not really. They take their motorhomes and make them homeless, put them on the street, when that was their last vestige, their last place to be able to live. When you talk sickness, Dennis Zine, the whole LA City Council are nothing but sick infidels and deserve to be destroyed, along with everybody else that runs this country. The Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, they're all sick people. So when the Arabs say, when you wonder why my attitude is so bad, it was made this way. That's why I'm so full of hate now. Every time there's a tsunami in Japan or Indonesia, I was homeless on and off for all this time, being harassed by people in authority, supposedly. You know what? If there was really God, I'd say, why doesn't that tsunamis happen to the United States? Because that's who really deserves them. That's who really deserves these tsunamis. The stinking lousy USA who sits there and makes people homeless, takes their cars, their boats, their motorhomes, makes totally ridiculous, non-common sensual laws that have nothing to do with common sense. Instead of saying, what can we do to help, Ches, in your house situation, which was at DeSoto and Hart? No, they came, they chopped my fence down, they ground it up into pieces, took my cars and boats, put me further into debt, destroyed me multiple times. This isn't just the first time, whole bunch of times. So when you hear a person like me saying, you deserve it, I wish Al-Qaeda and anybody else that helps that hates his country and wants to destroy it, I wish them all the luck in the world, because they really need it. Those people are sick. All they care about is money. That's all they care about. They don't care about people's rights. When I went to the ACLU, talk about crazy. These people are procedural wackos. They rather stick to procedure than to help someone. They'd rather stick somebody with fines than to say, what can we do to help? They'd rather put more parking meters on the street, more crappy building and safety laws that violate people's civil rights, where they can come onto your property without a warrant and take your cars off your property. This is a sick, sick country. And most of that stuff that happens to people, like in residential, is all out of one phone call from one taxpayer. It's not, when you get charged with some menial law and you have to go to court over it, you have a right to have a jury trial. That's 12 people. But one person, there is no petition that was circulated in a neighborhood to say, we don't like the way that house is being kept, what are you going to do about it? There's no 12 people to sign that petition. No, one person. And the city comes out there and makes it even worse. City, state, federal government, look at the price of your gas. If people had listened to me, not only would I have all this hate in me, because all that oil that's been spilt in the oceans over the last 30 years would never have happened with my design. My design is simple. It's a sphere. You can turn it round and round, upside down. If there's a hole in it, you just point it upward. That's it. That's the end of the oil spill. It's not difficult. Why didn't anybody in 30 years think, hey, why don't we back Caesar and see if he can really, help with this situation? No, they'd rather spill the oil in the ocean. Not counting the Gulf thing that happened just recently. I have tapes on that too. And people say, I don't understand what you're saying and you're ranting and raving. I don't care about you leaving messages on my YouTube. Because you know what? Unless I've got 100 million people viewing this and saying, Caesar's right, it's got to end somewhere. We have to get, when the trains were bombed in Spain, remember that? The next day was voting. They voted all those people out of office. Every last person, and put all new people in. That's what you should do to Congress, the president, every state of the union, all 50 states. You should scuttle every last stinking Senate, state Senate, federal representatives, president, vice president. You should just draw up a brand new constitution with me as the guidance figure, not not some authority figure, but a guidance figure to tell you, to keep you in line about where common sense is and where you got to draw the line and say, you cannot do this anymore. Well, they destroyed me, so I got nothing to lose. Good luck, Al-Qaeda. I hope you screw this country to the ends of the earth. I hope you never give up. Why? Because you people are evil. All you care about is your own pocketbook. That's all you give a stink about. So one day, when Al-Qaeda gets a hold of a nuclear weapon, good. Maybe they'll get a hold of a few. But if somebody had listened to me, they'd know that, yeah, who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Anyway, I think at 6:41 I was on there. It's now 4:41, 4:52. I think I'm over the 10 minutes. All right, goodbye, and I guess I'll have to edit this, and we'll go from there. All right, goodbye for now. This is under civil rights violation. Bye.